Gene.
Yeah.
I heard a story, man, like, goes like this.
I am. You know, I love that people connected with the family component of the film. A lot of people, you know, they cried if they're a father or a daughter or a child. The parent-child dynamic kind of is really prominent, and you don't expect that from a film about a boxer, so Claire did a great job kind of showing that side of my father.
Yeah, I told her before I even saw it, I knew it was gonna be brilliant, just based on a little 60-second clip she showed me when I met her, and I thought, wow, just, you felt, you know, I've never seen a documentary done by a woman before. And not to be sexist, but I thought, you know, it had to have a big, huge part, and besides her amazing creativity, just the fact that she brought so much sensitivity to it. She looked at our, you know, she took a different approach and angle and spoke to the heart, and that's who our father is. He's all about the heart. Most men have a hard time showing their emotions and crying and talking about love and telling their sons and people that they love them and kissing. And our dad has always just gave us more love than we needed, verbally, emotionally. And so when I saw that 60-second clip, I thought, wow, you know, this is going to be a brilliant film.
I've always been fascinated by him, and I saw a picture years ago where a woman was holding up her baby to be blessed by him, you know, from the crowd, and I just thought, wow, because there's not many people in the 20th century that you'd feel that almost like a prophet in a way. And I just thought if I could just get to the inner circle, quite naively in a way, I could find out why he was so special, because he's got so many different elements to him. You know, he's so funny, he's so moving, he's so cocky, he's all these different. And I just thought, yeah, I just find him a fascinating person. And you could see his picture in India or Africa and everybody would know who he was. There's not many people that famous.
Claire was doing the project already. You know, we didn't come to her and say, you're the one, we want you to do this film. She was already working on it, so she really takes the credit for getting it going. And luckily, you know, she contacted Gene Kilroy, a man who's worked for my father for years, and we're close to Gene, and it just worked out very well, you know.
Yeah, we were just going to do an interview, and like the recordings became sort of a last-minute part of the film when I met Claire. And I was saving them, hoarding them, because I'm working on a book and had my own dreams and ideas and visions. But then when like I said, I saw just a part of what she was doing. She showed us a clip after the interview. And I thought, wow, that's really nice. And I said, you know, she was in town for our father's 70th birthday. So I had just made a DVD for my dad, a 30-minute clip of him for his birthday with the audios. I made an iMovie in photos. And I thought, you want to take a look at this? And I let her see it. And then my May looked at me and said, oh, she's going to be on you like Red on Rice.
Yes, I knew
and for a year.
I knew Claire would love the audio recordings because they'd never been heard before.
Yeah, I did. And I probably hounded you for about a year.
She did. I kept saying no, because I had my own project. And then I said, okay, you know, she's so brilliant.
You tease me with these tiny little snips, you call them.
You can hear this one, you can hear that one, yeah.
As I say, I hadn't heard any of it before. I didn't know, and I'd never thought of him as a sort of home man or personal. You know, you see the sort of very public persona of Ali, don't you, on the fights and on interviews, but this was kind of him raw at home, and you can tell when he sounded tired or a bit vulnerable. I mean, that was interesting. There's certain times when he needed his children to say how much they loved him, and, you know, I think you also got a sense of he really missed them when he was away, when he was travelling. So, no, actually, the more I heard from him in the tapes, the more I liked him. You know, I mean, now, you know, like Gene Kilroy, so the inner circle would take a bullet for him, and I mean, I feel the same way now.
We are a little selfish because Hana and I want to watch it with him. Right. So around mid-December, we're going to watch it with him. Right, we're like, hold off. We want to get his reaction. We know he's going to love it, but we really want to be there and experience the film with him.
We tried to go before, but you know, his schedule, he wasn't in town, you know, so we have to wait till after we get back. But yeah, that's what we're waiting for, so we can get it on the big screen, him at home, and he's going to love it.
I love it because, you know, Hana and I, we really love our father's legacy, and I know people that are 25 years and younger who don't know who Muhammad Ali is. I just met this little Mexican girl in LA at a college last week, and she didn't know who my father was. So I just think it's great that she captured just a broad, you know, view of his personality, because he's someone that's an excellent role model. You don't have many of those these days in sports. And someone who spoke out for their beliefs and spoke up for other people. Stories like Muhammad Ali's story should always be remembered.
Well, one of my favourite interviews was a German reporter rang up. It was one of these phone-ins, and he said, I think his name was Hans or something, and he said, I went to watch your film with a heavy heart. I don't like boxing, and I didn't particularly like Muhammad Ali. And then he said,
"What is his address?"
but then he said, and I watched the film, and now I love both. I mean, I love the film. So he said, I've Googled you, and you seem to have no experience of either boxing or sport. Is that right? I said, yes, that's right. So he said, what's your next project? And I said, well, I'm going to play to my strengths and pick a subject I know nothing about. And he said, well, I'll be first in line to watch it or something, which is really nice.
Well, I looked into his eyes and I saw God.